So here we are on day 3 of Kant's critique of pure reason, turning the Sage of Königsberg into a gripping fairy tale, which I have to admit is a pretty hard task. So let's recap before we go ahead where we are in terms of the larger project. The question of intelligibility is the central question of metaphysics. Why does the world make sense? And that's because the rapid expansion of natural science has brought so much of the universe into its view that suddenly you have to ask, how is that even possible? What is it that makes the universe transparent to our capacities? And Kant's project is to map out the boundaries of the kingdom of reason, which to him is the primary instrument of intelligibility. So, you can think of him as setting up a kind of metaphysical border patrol. No one before him had done it in the same way, but he is going to be the person who maps out the boundaries of reason and unify it within its boundaries with ruthlessness. And that metaphysical ruthlessness is on display in his articulation of the project itself. He says that our age is the genuine age of criticism, in which everything must submit. And so something like religion suddenly becomes suspect if it cannot submit itself to the mandates of reason. So even if religion remains important and you still continue to believe in God, in practice, power has been passed from faith to reason. And so the kingdom of reason is the most important kingdom on the planet. And in all fairness, as reason subjects the rest of the world to its critical eye, it must subject itself to an even harsher critique, right? And that is the task of the critique of pure reason, and reason that is independent of all experience, according to Kant, because you want the essence of reason itself, not reason that's contaminated with experience. In fact, reason that brings its resources to the task of experience. And here, Kant, in immodesty, says he has succeeded in removing all those errors. So he has, in a sense, mapped out the kingdom of reason and completely specified its boundaries and limits and resolved all existing paradoxes. And what he has found is that pure reason is such a perfect unity. So not only has he charted out the boundaries, inside the boundaries of this nation of reason, you have a perfect unity. It's like a Ram Rajya of reason, right? And to summarize, therefore, you might say that Kant is like a Bismarck of thought, just as the famous German Iron Chancellor unified Germany. Kant says, in this critical age where reason is the primary instrument of critique, the task of metaphysics is to apply reason to itself, map its boundaries, unify all of reason inside its legitimate boundaries, and Kant's task is to be that metaphysician in chief, the person who achieves that unification.